Well, hello, and this is Test Guru TV. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Rusty.
Welcome to the Test Guru TV. Sitting next to me is the ultimate champion of testing, Jani Tuna Haikala.
Hello. And here next to me is Antti Niittyviita, a trainer, public speaker, and an author. Welcome to the show.
This is a weekly show about questions in software testing, quality, and everything else in life. Should we hit the question?
Yeah, I guess it requires a question in order for us to answer it. So here it is. How to deal with multiple projects at the same time?
How to deal with multiple projects
Yes.
at the same time? That sparks my interest.
Have you been in a situation like this before in your testing career?
Yes, as a software testing consultant, you end up in such situation quite often. How about you?
Most certainly, yes. And actually, I have maybe several cases where I've been in this situation, but one part in particular in my mind.
So basically, we've both been in those situations, but we don't have a clue if we're to answer the question. Did you succeed in that kind of a setting or situation?
Yeah, in the scenario which is in my mind right now, I think I did. I did pretty good job on that one.
Yeah, because I didn't. So
Yeah.
so I'm not really qualified to answer this question.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
succeeded
but,
in that kind of setting
Yeah,
before.
I have also those experiences
Yeah.
where that might not have been that successful, but I would say the most recent one maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That was I think it went at least quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like when thinking about this question in a broader context,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like different projects. It can be actually different like categories or areas of your expertise or whatever you're doing. Like for me, example, as a CEO, there are the company financials, there's sales,
Yeah.
there's human resources and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And those are all different kinds of things, different kinds of activities for my time management. So I think it's like zooming out a little bit. Everybody's like working in that kind of a setting anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. It is a lot about time management.
Yeah.
You're right about that. But sort of interesting to me would be, since you said that you were not successful in the testing scenario, what is there something what happened, something that you could learn from that?
yeah, I think that early in my career, like 10 years and more ago, I wasn't really good at like managing my time. And what I talk about when I talk about managing time before in my career is I wasn't like able to set my boundaries in a way that would like help me conserve my energy and focus on things that are important. So I was like always when the phone would ring or I would get an email or an instant message from the IM tools that we had back then, I would react. So I was like always reacting to the demands of the organization and other people. And being in that kind of a reactive mindset was something that really it depleted my energy. I was like really exhausted every night when I went back home.
Right. Yeah.
And the other thing was that I wasn't able to do the job very well. So actually in one project where I was like second in command, we had another test manager. That test manager ended up on a burnout leave because that was like really like high pressure environment, and I had to step up to become the test manager, and I failed that too. So but basically that's the story where I got fired from my test manager's assignment. So
yes.
yeah,
That's familiar
so
to me. Yeah.
not the success story. So I would say that I wasn't really good at setting my boundaries in a way that would like help me do a great job and conserve the energy. So first of all, I would say is always to set up the boundaries. So today I'm working on this thing, and if you have something really urgent, it goes on the list, and I will deal with it based on the prioritization work on for example the daily tomorrow morning.
So this is quite early in the testing career, I suppose. Yeah. And also sounds a bit complex. There's a lot of testers, test managers right?
Yeah.
A bigger testing organization.
Yeah,
perhaps.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a team like on,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
3 different continents and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that was hard, and all of the like the managers of different areas of our like this
Right.
huge global
Yeah.
project, they were calling me and asking for tests
Mm-hmm.
and acceptance stuff, and let's go through the metrics and stuff like that. So it was a mess.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's interesting because it's sort of touches on the same subjects that I have been thinking about.
yeah.
In my scenario, I was the only one in that team. The team was doing different software products, and there's like maybe 10, 12 different software products. I was responsible for doing system testing, acceptance testing before taking the releases into production, basically. And sort of, I think what eventually early on, obviously, it was maybe a bit more difficult to allocate time for each project to know what is coming at each stage and so on. So, but eventually I sort of managed to get a system for it, and that involves sort of a lot of communication between myself and the project managers or product managers for the different products. It involves sort of prioritization, which is if there's like something overlapping, you need to. Everybody knew that I was the only one doing the testing.
Yeah.
So if there's overlapping, which one is more important, which can be done later on, and also making my time visible for others, for the product managers. So sort of making it visible. Here's my testing time. Here's my schedule. These are the things that I have planned or agreed on doing at these stages or these weeks, these days.
Here are my free slots. Who wants to book them?
Yeah, exactly. I actually really had
So like a booking,
visible. Yeah. So if someone asked, they learned pretty quick actually.
Yeah. So I'm not
so
qualified
you
to
could
answer
go-
the question. Yanni is.
Yeah,
So
you could go and see when I have certain things and when I have some time free
awesome.
available,
Yeah.
and they could actually check it out themselves also.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the system that eventually evolved and came to be. But yeah, obviously it wasn't like that from the start.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually one tool that I much later learned to like decide how to react on these demands, because like there is always more email than you can handle. There are always more books than you can read. There's always more demands on your organization, colleagues, bosses, clients than you can actually handle. So it's about the skill to like put them in an order that would be valuable to others. And this is a skill that I learned later on, that there is like this like four levels of prioritization for things that come my way, and first level is the things that are urgent and important. So they're like really urgent and really important.
Yeah.
And most things are disguised as urgent and important. So you have to first see if it's really urgent and important.
Can you sort of specify what do you mean by urgent and important?
Yeah, there's, for example, there is this product owner calling you, Yanni, this is urgent and important. We need to release tomorrow at 8.
Yeah.
And then you're like there, and this sounds like urgent and important. So the question is this really urgent and important based on all the company priorities? Is it a necessity to release at 8? Because there are other projects that are about to release too and stuff like that. So that decision and the discussion you have to go through in your mind and with the other person. So that's one. But I've noticed that most of the stuff seem urgent and important. If it's, for example, my kid who's broken her leg at school, that to me is really urgent and important. I will leave work and take care of her first.
Yeah, it's important,
Yeah.
meaning that you
Exactly.
need to get it done, and urgent in terms that it needs to get done quickly.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So in that sense, first of all, I asked the question: is it urgent, and is it important?
Yeah.
And the importance question is about the values that I have as an individual, and the values that we have as an organization. So I need to clarify what are my values. So my values are taking care of my kids, and it's like number one.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable. And then the organizational values as well. So urgent releasing, is it the value for us that we urgently release stuff? So I'm not sure. but we have to go through the discussion before it's urgent. So
Yeah.
we can like later on make the
Yeah.
decisions. So urgent and important. So things that are that way, you have to deal with immediately. And if it's really not urgent or really not important, then it goes to a different bucket.
Right.
And then there are three more buckets, and there is this bucket of urgent and not important. Those should be, to me, mostly ignored.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it seems urgent, but it's really not really important. It's not on our value list. That the third one would be that it's not urgent, but it's important.
Yeah. Right.
And to me, that's the most valuable category. Because, for example, taking care of your health, it's not very urgent.
Yeah.
Because if you eat the burger and the chocolate, it doesn't destroy your health now. But in the end, if you keep on with the habit of eating burgers and chocolate, it will destroy your health.
Yeah.
So that's not urgent, but that's important. And I would say those are the things that you need to put on your schedule. And then, for example, for testing purposes, it may be that like have this retrospect of our processes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Learning the new tool, doing the workshop of exploratory testing with people so that they would learn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and the culture, of course, and those are not urgent but important.
Yeah.
And then there is like the last bucket of not urgent and not important. So yeah, that goes into the ignore bucket usually
for
too.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
So that's tool for me to decide, and that would have helped a lot in that earlier project.
Yeah.
That
For
was
sure
a-
it does. Yeah.
That was a long monologue, so
Yeah. Can you sort of summarize that in shorter?
in a shorter, So yeah, I would say that the easy way to approach this is to ask: is it important? And is it really important? And is it urgent? And is it really urgent?
Yeah.
And based on these two answers, and these combinations, there are 4 combinations on the answers.
Yeah.
Have an action plan. So if it's really urgent and important, I will do this.
Yeah.
If it's not urgent but important, I will do this. So have an action plan before things start coming your way. So you need to develop it on paper. I usually love to do it like, for example, you can like draw 4 quadrants and think about what will I do in this quadrant. So that would be a plan for you before things are starting to like accumulate and get busy. So yeah.
Nice. Very nice. I like that idea. Anything else to add on your side? You can just say, I think that's okay. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a 2-point summary about this. So that one, but do you have something on your mind?
Not really. I was sort of looking for, are we ready to summarize?
Yeah, to summarize.
Yeah.
I would say that learning to draw your boundaries.
Yeah.
In a way that because your energy is the key. If you lose it and if you just like are stressed out all the time, nobody benefits. So learn to draw your boundaries. Nobody else will do it for you. So being, proactive, book time on your calendar and stuff like that before somebody else does. Book time for testing, book time for learning and stuff like that. Draw your boundaries, being proactive before others are, and then ask the 2 magic questions.
Yeah.
Is it important? Is it urgent? And is it really that way?
Yeah.
Have an action plan.
Very nice summary.
Yeah.
So my summary
Yeah.
then would be that's 3 points. And the first one is, I think I sort of said this already, all of this, but the first one I would say is communication. So talk with if there's multiple projects, different project managers or the project people, make sure that they know what you can offer and that you also know what they are sort of doing, what are the schedules, what new features, new things are coming, what anything that would be interesting from the testing point of view.
Yeah, and I really love the idea of visibility in a sense. Yeah.
You're going ahead of things.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
So the
It's your
communication,
summary.
communication is the first thing. Then the second one is prioritization. So once you know what is actually coming, it's meaning both the products or the projects, but also the features. Which you also you have to do even if you were working with only one product or one project. You should do prioritization anyways, because you don't get enough time to test everything. So you need to do this anyways. So it doesn't really change even if there's many projects. So remember to prioritize. And then the third one is the visibility.
Visibility.
Yeah. So make the testing schedule visible. What you can do, what you have been planning to do, where you have the free slots, and then obviously when there's overlapping, return to prioritization. But yeah.
And you don't always need to make the decisions yourself, because like if there is an overlap with like overlapping demands, you can ask others. So which one should we skip?
Absolutely. I don't think tester is ever the right person to tell what the priorities are.
I can give my suggestion, but
tester even isn't really the person to tell should we release or not. Sometimes people are looking for the tester to make the decision about release.
True.
Tester provides information based on which whoever is the manager, whoever is responsible makes the decision. Tester is not that person.
And that's actually part of the information that this is how we are using our time at the moment as testers.
Yeah.
Is this reasonable? Does this make sense? So that's part of the information.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
That's cool.
So communication, prioritization, and visibility. Yeah.
Wow. That was valuable. Coming from a pro who didn't fail at
this time.
This time. That's a great take. I think we have answered the question. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we have covered it.
If you feel like someone else may benefit from this video, please don't hesitate to share it and gently hammer the like button. If you have an opportunity to send hearts, that would be awesome too. And if you have your question, please post them in your comments. If you have something to add or subtract from our answers, please do that as well. We love your comments.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.
See you next week. Bye.